Hartman out, she finds murderers and keys under clothes dryers. Put it away and give Mr. Anderson the help he needs with his play. Collaborate with him. That's what I think should be done. It's the only solution in this situation. Do a play by Clifford Anderson and Sidney Bruehl. Well, unless Mr. Anderson thinks that due to your age and reputation, it should be the other way around.
That is very shocking. Set aside the drowning wife.
I thought it was drowning.
Drowning? No. Why would I name something that? It's the drowning wife I'm working with at the moment. It has women's lib overtones and ESP. It's such a timely play.
Sidney, put it aside. People will always be interested in psychics. Who can point to someone and say, this man murdered this man? Put it aside, please. And do for Mr. Anderson what George S. Kaufman did for you.
You're very persuasive, Myra. Well, how does that reckon?
Oh, wow. I suddenly feel as if I'm on the spot.
You are, actually. I am too. She put both of us there.
Well, I thought it should be brought up before anything was done.
No, you're quite right. Quite right. Well, Clifford, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I'm overwhelmed. Really honored. Staggered. Sidney Bruehl would even consider the idea of putting aside one of his own plays to work with me on mine. I mean, to think, 12 years old, sitting in that theater, that I'd be here, waiting.
Yes, we get the gist of this passage.
Well, it's a golden opportunity that I'm sure I should seize with both hands.
Yes, you should.
But, well, the thing is, it's as though I went to a doctor, a world-class surgeon, and recommended surgery. Even with respect for his experience and his evidence, I'd want to get a second opinion, wouldn't I? I'm sure your ideas are great, but Mrs. Bruehl's right. It wouldn't be fair for me to hear them without having some kind of understanding or arrangement in place first. And even without having heard them, I feel the DeathTrap is very strong as it is. Not perfect, of course. I'm sure it could use some fine-tuning, but I'm not sure it needs surgery. What I ought to do, I think, is send a few copies to those agents you recommended to us at the seminar. If they too feel it needs a major rewrite, I'll come back here begging you to do exactly what Mrs. Bruehl suggested. And I'll accept whatever arrangement you think is fair, the same one you had with Mr. Kaufman, I suppose. I hope I haven't offended you.
Oh, not at all.
Mr. Anderson, agents know about contracts, but they don't know anything.
Myra, don't beg. He'll think he has the wealth of the Indies there, and you and I are missing Mrs. Jean Lafitte.
Oh, I'd never think anything like that. I'm grateful you're willing to go out of your way to help me.
But I'm not. Now that I've had a moment to reconsider, I would never put aside something as timely and as inventive as the drowning wife to wet nurse something as speculative as the DeathTrap. Myra, sit down. Your hyperventilating is making me nervous. Do what you say. Send it to a couple of agents, and if you find it needs a major rewrite, give us a call. Who knows, maybe I'll hit a snag. It's happened once or twice before.
Thank you. I will.
But don't count on it. I've completed the outline, and I'm halfway through the play, and I've got another one ready to go, based on the life and times of Harry Houdini.
Oh?
Magic is the end now. Well, look at the success of the magic show. And Houdini has always been an idol of mine. Oh. These are Paris handcuffs.
Sidney.
It's all right, Myra. Clifford's an honest young man. He wouldn't steal my idea, would you?
Of course not.
See? No worry. His heart is as far from fraud as heaven is from earth. Houdini was an amazing man. He built all of his own magical apparatus. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Marvelous work. Oh, look.
Sidney, no.
Myra, sit down.
Sidney, don't do this. I beg you. Think.
He's an honest young man. Now, will you sit down and stop being so all-fired suspicious of everyone who walks through that door? Well, we had a real nasty incident a few years back. It was a plagiaristic playwright who shall remain nameless, since he has since gone on to be his maker, recalled for repairs. And ever since then, Myra had become alarmed if I so much as tell a fellow writer what language I'm working in. Amazing workmanship. Have a good look at those.
It looks so old.
They were made to appear solid and escape-proof.
Certainly seem that way.
Be my guest.
You mean try them on?
When I had someone my $1,200 Houdini handcuffs and say, be my guest, yes, try them on.
$1,200. Wow.
Now, turn your wrist like that. Press, pull. Do it in one motion. Try again. Press, pull.
No, they're not opening.
Well, it did yesterday for me, and it doesn't, they don't need oil.
I guess I'm just not Houdini.
Well, don't worry, I got the key here somewhere. Oh, don't mess with them, you'll ruin them.
Sorry.
Key. What have I done with the key?
Do you know, this could make for an excellent thriller? Well, it could, I mean it.
How so?
Well, a young playwright sends his first play to an older playwright, who conducted a seminar the young playwright attended. No one else has read it, and he goes to visit the older playwright to get ideas for rewrites. He brings the original and all of his notes. Of course, for it to work, you'd have to have the Xerox breaking down and explain why there are only 2 copies. Well, the play would have to be very good, the one the young playwright wrote, I mean. Older playwright would have to have nothing much going for him at the time.
An enormous concoction of unlikely circumstances.
But we've almost got it, haven't we? The only difference is you've got the drowning wife from the Houdini play, and DeathTrap probably isn't worth killing for. I'll bet nobody even saw you get into your car.
Well, there you have it. The second play problem licked.
I think you can turn into something fairly interesting. What do you think?
I don't like it. It frightens me.
I wonder if I could have put it up here.
I forgot to mention, I should be getting a phone call any minute now. There's a girl coming to see me at 8:30. That's about what time it is now, isn't it? I couldn't reach her before I left, so I left a note for her on the hall mirror telling her where I am and how to reach me. So she could call to find out what train I'll be taking back. So she can pick me up at the station. 1 2-hour walk per day is just about enough for me, thanks. So I hope you can find that key soon, or you'll have to hold the phone for me.
How's she going to get in to get the note?
She has a key.
You're not a very conscientious house sitter.
She's honest.
I thought you said you didn't know anyone in Milford except a few tradesmen.
She's from Hartford. Her name is Marietta Klenowski. She teaches at Clark Middle School, phys ed.
How did you get the number? It's not listed.
They gave it to me at the university, along with your address. I'm friendly with Mrs. Beecham there.
Beecham?
The short red-haired lady with the eye shade.
Well, I hope she gave you the right number. I had the number changed a couple of weeks ago. We were getting bored with some obscene phone caller, and I failed to notify old you of Con. What number did you leave for Miss Knost?
I'm sure I don't remember.
Well, was it 226-3049 or 226-5457?
The first one, 3049.
I knew it. I must have notified the university and forgot about it. How untypical of me.
Would you go on looking for that key, please?
Certainly.